question I have, how do you make assessment for learning manageable? So I know, especially as an English teacher, the assessment feedback loop can be a lot. So how are you managing that?
So they've been pretty good about following the same kind of protocol that we've been doing in class. They go through this single point rubric after they have completed an assignment. It's almost like a checklist, so there's not a ton that goes into the boxes beside it. It's just sometimes like a check mark or an X, or yes, I did this, or no, I didn't. And over on this side, they'll often identify where they feel like they still need to, what they need to work on, like where their growth areas are. And then from there, we have a little individual Zoom. So the week that this was due, I didn't do a class. I did just feedback and Zooming that week, because that is, I think, a really important step. And if you like skip it and go too fast over it, and introduce a new lesson and a new concept right away, then they let go of this in their minds and they don't focus on it as much. So I found it was actually really helpful. They all signed up for little 5-minute time slots, and we went through their work together and went through their criteria that they had filled out together. And so I still feel like I have a pretty good idea of where they're at, even though we're not in person. Like, I've heard a few teachers saying that they're struggling with assessment because they don't know if the kid did the work, for example. But I feel like I know, because the kid is still having to identify growth areas and where they're doing well. And then we're talking about it one-on-one. So
Michelle, do you usually co-construct that criteria with kids around the, like, for this example, I can write clearly and coherently for a variety of purposes?
Yes, definitely. So the I can statement is mine, and then these are co-constructed. So these actually were co-constructed with these kids prior to this happening. This one's a little bit different. So this is an inquiry. We started this before spring break, and so I'm just having the students they've finished it now. And this is their map. Marnie, I think you might have helped me make this last year.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this, again, same idea though. I still expected them to fill this out. So this is grade 12, as best as they could. And then I used this in a one-on-one conference situation on Zoom.
And then do you just type in the evidence that they're saying, or do they link it?
Yeah, they type. So they fill it in, they type it, they link it as best they can with the actual assignment that they completed. And then, and yeah, like some kids don't, right? Like, let's be honest. But then at least I can still have that one-on-one 5-minute conversation with that kid.